What's up guys, Queen of Hearts here, and this is episode 3, the Moonlight Sonata. So we're going to do a lot of stuff in this video, especially setting up the next one. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to run and get the chemicals so we can take it to get the armor key. And then along that way we're going to get the emblems, we're going to get the blue jewel, and we're going to go, of course, play the Moonlight Sonata and take care of that. But a lot of that stuff's going to set up things for us to do in the next episode, which is, I think I'm going to call it the diary. And you'll see why if you don't already know once we start that part of it. So there's also going to be a couple of places in here where I waste time because, I don't know, like I said in the other ones, I get convinced that there's all this stuff in these other rooms and it's not there. And there were a couple of times that, like right now, where I ran out of inventory slots and I had to run back to a save room. Another thing we're going to do on this one is we're going to get the bazooka. And I wish that my sound hadn't messed up because I love the noise that it makes when you go out there. But unfortunately it messed up on me and it sucked. So a little fun fact about this video, it's the entire reason that I ever started playing piano. And it was really cool. When I was younger, I didn't realize that the Moonlight Sonata was actually a thing of music. I thought that they had written it for the game. So, you know, obviously as I got older, I learned that it was Beethoven and all this stuff. But back then, I was just like, I have to learn to play that. Because I was absolutely obsessed with everything Resident Evil when I was younger. I had like this weird white coat and I would wear it and pretend I was like in a lab coat, and I would run around the yard and make all these crazy things out of leaves, and you know, the music thing just kind of went with that. And with doing all the other stuff, I was like, oh well, you know, I really want to learn how to do this too. And it was interesting to say the least.
Barry!
Jill, what's going on? Any clues?
No, but something's wrong with this house.
Whoa, this hall is dangerous. Maybe it's better to secure our escape route first. There must be a back door somewhere. Let's try to find it first, shall we?
Okay, let's separate again.
Just a moment. I found something.
What is it?
It's a weapon. It's really powerful, especially against living things. Better take it with you.
But how about you, Barry?
I have this.
Thank you. I'll take this then.
I'll talk a little bit more about that stuff here in just a second. Right now we're going to go get the bazooka. So when you're out here, all you got to do is come over here and Forrest will be outside. So another thing that I did was, well, I had this typewriter I used to carry around, and I would write like the story of the game and all the parts of the game and going through it. And it was so cool because my typewriter had like a computer screen. So like it would save all the information before you actually printed it. And then you could go back and do whatever. It was really cool. But I took screenwriting when as a class for a while. And we had a project, and I actually wrote out a script for Resident Evil. Game version, not movie version. And I actually got a really good score on it. It was really cool. I wish I still had it. I'd post it for you guys to read. It was interesting. But that's just some of my Resident Evil stuff that's kind of happened. I was trying to think if there was anything else that I've kind of done that was related to it, but I don't think that there was, which is unfortunate. So, I don't know. So now we're going to go in here and we're going to push the statue off, so later when we go to the dining room we can pick up the blue jewel. And I think we get a crest for it, and I might be wrong about that because I keep saying that we get ammo for something there too, but I could be completely off balance with that, who knows. So we're just going to push this off over here. And I think here in just a second, after I go downstairs and I go into the next area, I have to make an item run back. So that'll be kind of boring, and I apologize. And let me know if, like, you want me to cut that stuff out. Because right now I'm kind of exclusively leaving everything in. Like, even rooms that I go into, and there's going to be one at the end. Because that was another thing, and I'm not sure that when you come back to the mansion later in the game, that there's not something in there. But I thought that in this room, you turn the lights out, and there was something on the desk or something like that. I know there's the other room. I think it's actually in here, in this door over here, where I think it's a jewel is in the moose's eye, is what I want to say it is. And I know that you turn the lights off and see it, but that's not what I'm talking about. I thought there was another place that was like that, but I could be wrong. I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out as we make our way through this awesome game. But yeah, what I'm getting at is just let me know, like, if you don't want to see stuff that isn't really relevant to anything we need to do, like as far as getting the crest or getting the keys or, you know, just anything that's not cool, let me know and I'll completely cut all that out. It didn't even look like I hit him there. That was like earlier, I think it was in episode 2 where the dogs came out. And it did not look like I was shooting in any direction towards the dog, but it gave it to me anyways, which I'm not going to complain, obviously. But I remember when I was younger, I could not figure this out. And it was really embarrassing because I didn't realize that you had to use the item. You know, there's so many games now where you click on something and it'll ask you, oh, you know, so-and-so fits here, would you like to use it? But here it didn't do that, and I was like, how do I get past this thing? And it kept whipping me and slapping me. It was really embarrassing, and I finally figured all of it out, but it took a lot longer than it should have. When I think of Resident Evil, I always think of the sharks that come later. I always think about that for some reason. And I always think of the Jill sandwich part because it's hilarious to me. Barry in general is just hilarious to me. And I don't know, things like that. And the lab stuff, obviously, like the first time you see the tyrant and he breaks out of the thing. And it's just such a cool moment, or I thought it was. And I sped all this up, like, ridiculously. And it just looks terrible. So I may or may not do that again, but I want to keep these videos under 15 minutes. And I'm going to do my best to do that in pretty much all situations. So this is our armor key. I'm going to check it and show it to you. So that's pretty cool. Now we can go waste some time, which is, oh, I can't remember if I do that next or if I actually go do the other thing. We'll see. But I think of all that stuff, and then sometimes I think about Chris's playthrough, which I've never been a big person to use Chris, and I guess that's because it's so much easier playing as Jill as far as having the lockpick and stuff like that goes, being able to play the piano and all that stuff. I don't really remember Rebecca that much. I remember that she's in the storeroom over here and that she helps you play the piano, and that's all that I really remember about her character. And I don't think that she was actually that irrelevant, but maybe she was. And I would have to say, while we're talking about characters, Albert has got to be one of my favorite characters ever. And it's so funny to think about him in this one, where he was like kind of cool and mellow and ended up being this big traitor and all that stuff. But then you think about his character now, where he's just freaking crazy, and I'm like, wow, that is quite the transition as far as stuff goes. So it's really interesting to me. And I loved him, and I want to say it was Code Veronica. I think. I may be confusing it with something else, but I loved it. And I don't know, I really liked 2 that I can remember. We're going to see how much I like it when I start replaying it, which will be soon. But I don't remember liking 3 that much. And I really need to replay it too, because maybe there's just some stuff going on. I remember loving the first part, where the nemesis comes, and I want to say he kills Brad, but I don't think that's correct. But I love the mercenaries mode a bit, either way, and I played it more than the game, I think. So I'm just coming back here getting these clips. I don't think this happens if you're not playing on easy. Or maybe you get one of them and not both of them or something like that. And I thought that you got some kind of like file or tape or something like that, but I couldn't get anything else to go on here. So I don't know. Again, maybe that's something I'm confusing that's going to happen later. So now we're just going to go in here, we're going to pick up the fake emblem, get the blue jewel, and then go get the real one. I thought I checked that one. If you check it, it'll tell you that it has a scratch on it or whatever. It's not really anything important. I'm not 100% sure where the red jewel is, unless it's the thing that I'm talking about that's in the thing's eye that you can't get until later. But I really didn't think you had to wait that long to get both the things from the tiger. But maybe you do. I guess we'll see. So we're going to make our way in here, push the bookshelf over, pick up the Moonlight Sonata music notes, and then we're going to play the piano. It's going to be awesome. And of course I'm not going to talk during that part. So we'll see. So that was amazing. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. All I'm going to do is go in here and change the emblems and get ready to walk out the door so we can start the next one, and I'll catch you guys on it, and it is episode 4, The Diary.